Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcast presents How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff.
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing! How embarrassing!
Hey everybody, welcome to How Embarrassing. It's a podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. My name's Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
And today, here we are. It's a dark and stormy night. And we're here to really spook you out with some spooky tales of being embarrassed. Ever heard of it? Jeff.
Okay. That was an intro. I don't know. You were just digging your own grave and I was just watching
you. To interrupt me or I'm never going to shut up.
Well, shall we get into it? I got a story.
Yeah.
Say all the things you had to say.
Hit me with your story.
So
I feel like a real a shock jock this episode. I don't know. I think it's my pajamas I'm wearing.
Yeah, Molly is wearing pajamas.
Hey, it's dipshit in the morning and I'm here.
No, you look like a sugar daddy on a boat.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the look. But you're working it. You're working it. I gotta tell you.
Hey, what is this stuff they put in the sushi? It looks like coconut.
It looks like a bird's nest.
It's a ball of string.
It's
okay,
cabbage.
So for those of you listening at home, producer Matt Cole is holding a ball of yarn and telling us it came out of his sushi. I think that's a tapeworm.
Tapeworm? I just ate some.
Oh.
How embarrassing.
Jeff, tell your story. Jeff. Can he not hear us?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you frozen,
Sorry.
Jeff?
Oh, no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell your fucking story. We're 10 minutes into the podcast.
Well, your audio keeps cutting out, and Molly keeps talking about other things.
No, your audio keeps cutting
Your
out.
audio is cutting out.
Fuck! All right. Should I tell my story? Tell me if you can't hear me at all. I'll just take the night off.
Go.
So yesterday, Molly and I went to Public House. We sat outside. It's a little bar restaurant. We sat outside and we said, we want some macaroni cheese and tenders. Best thing at Public House.
Mm-hmm.
For
But
sure,
her boyfriend was there also. But they don't have it in the menu anymore. But they do have a family tray of macaroni and tenders.
Of macaroni and cheese. Your audio is choppy, so I'm just filling in the blanks. Oh, he's not listening. This is the worst episode we've ever had.
This is a disaster.
All right, family tray, go.
It was a trough. It wasn't a tray. It came out as a fucking trough of macaroni and cheese. It was disgusting with a couple tenders laying on top, and we were all going at it with our forks like a bunch of little pigs.
And I said, Jeffy, show mommy how a piggy eats.
And I slammed my little face into the trough.
Yeah, I said, show mommy how a piggy eats. So that you were embarrassed.
It was truly disgusting. I felt disgusted with myself the entire time eating it. And afterwards, I didn't feel great because I ate a trough of macaroni and cheese. Who does that? You're a bad influence, Molly.
Listen, I would say mac and cheese trough is the least bad influence thing I've ever gotten you into.
I don't know. I've never felt so disgusted with myself. I went home and showered right away.
Well, I gotta say I ate some of that leftover mac and cheese today for breakfast.
Ooh.
So,
oh God, you're disgusting. You and your pocket mashed potatoes.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta have them in your pocket. I got a pocket full of potatoes.
You got a story full of potatoes?
Yeah. So, right now I'm running a summer camp.
Now?
Well,
you should probably go pay attention to the kids.
Yeah. That's negligent.
That's why I'm in my jammies.
Ew.
Hey,
ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh, shit.
Yay.
Anyway, at work, I'm running a summer camp, and I was inside at one point during like the 2 hours at the beginning of the day when I'm not with the kids and someone else is. And I saw one of the campers inside, and she's like a rebel girl. So I was like, I'm about to nail her. And and so I'm calling her name. I'm like, come over here. I'm like really pissed off at her. And she comes over, and her dad comes over with her. I was like, oh shit, they must have kicked this girl out of camp. And now I'm yelling at her for not being in camp anymore. So I'm like, I just was making sure you weren't lost. He's like, we're fine. And her dad walks up and is like, we're fine. And like keeps going. And then I went downstairs like an hour later to take my shift with camp. And the girl was down there. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, hey, we'll call her Betty. I said, hey, Betty, do you by any chance have a sister? And she was like, yeah, my sister and my dad are at the museum today.
Oh.
And it was this girl's younger sister who I yelled at in front of her.
That's like a fucking
So
Nancy
awful.
Drew story. That's
Really freaked her out. Really scared this young child.
good.
And I felt really awkward.
Yeah, I love
about
scaring
it.
kids.
Yeah.
So you went from like as a teenager a camp counselor to however many years later you're a camp counselor.
Yeah, it honestly, judging by my personality, it always shocks people that I've spent my entire professional career working with kids. I've essentially been a camp counselor since I was like 19.
Nice.
I didn't know camp counselor was a career.
Yeah,
I thought
who
that was
knew?
like a 2-week thing once a year.
Yeah, who knew I could really make a life out of it? But here I am, still running summer camps. Hey there, do you ever do stuff and you don't want to do it?
All the time. My mommy makes me.
Okay, well, have you heard about Clone Me?
Clone me?
That's right. Clone Me is a new product sponsoring the How Embarrassing podcast where you can clone me and go do stuff you don't want to do, but you don't do it. Your clone does it.
Do they have free will?
Absolutely. So How Embarrassing is actually not responsible for any terrible things your clone might do.
But you're just forcing yourself to do it as a different version of yourself, but it's still kind of just yourself doing it.
That's right. And for just $5.99 plus 4 box tops for education, you can get Clone Me sent to you in the mail using the code How Embarrassing.
Clone me. Go fuck yourself.
That's not what clone is for.
Can be for anything, really. I mean,
You're right.
clones
and
are
Clone
clones.
Me has free will, so I guess they could give consent, right?
Yeah, why not? And if it's yourself, why wouldn't you consent to yourself?
I don't know if I would give me permission.
That's probably true.
I can't trust me. I don't know where I've been.
But now it is time to get our guest some permission to speak. So
Yeah,
let's go
let's
ahead
get
and
some-
introduce him.
Let's get some fresh meat in here.
Yeah, fresh meat, open up.
I'm trying to mix up the vibes, and not just Matt Cole's Parasite. You know her from the time she had bubble gum stuck to her shoe.
You know her from that time she had toilet paper stuck to her shoe.
And you know her from the time she got sick of getting stuck to her shoe, so she gave up shoes forever.
That's right.
It's Heidi Peelen.
Hello.
Hey.
Heidi, are you embarrassed to be here today?
No, I'm embarrassed that seriously a runner-up story was that I have toilet paper stuck to the bottom of my shoe this one time.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh.
about it.
Yikes.
Well, our intros are always very accurate. They're just true things about the guest.
Yeah, we just list the facts.
Yeah.
You
This
can
is
probably
fact-based.
feel it.
Yeah. You can sense it over these Zoom calls.
Jeff is really
Do
in
that.
tune with the
That's
guests.
happening now.
Yeah, Jeff is super in touch with the guest bodies, and he always knows.
I can
Yep.
feel it over here.
Mhm.
Actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, are you someone who gets embarrassed easily historically?
I think I have a lot to be embarrassed about naturally. So I feel like sort of developed a defense for that. A strong embarrassment immunity.
Oh, nice. We
Yeah.
found the antidote.
Just not giving a shit. Or enough
Just a lot of the drug.
alcohol. Those are my two things.
Overdose on the embarrassment.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Jeff's audio is making this podcast a wild fucking ride.
It is. Jeff, please remember to listen to this one after we record it. You're going to love what you hear.
You truly, like, all of a sudden.
Oh no. Am I ruining it?
No, you're making it much more
You're
delightful.
making
Should
it
I
a
just
fucking
stop?
party, dude.
It feels edgier.
Yeah, just let Heidi
Yeah.
talk, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Heidi,
Whoa,
why
my
don't you...
computer just said my internet connection is unstable.
Well,
Yeah, no shit. So is your sanity.
oh!
All right.
Be who you are. That's who you are.
This is
Thank you, Billy.
This is the second most stressful episode of How Embarrassing we've ever.
Take your pills.
Okay, Heidi, why don't you tell us a little story while Jeff gets his act together?
Well, Jeff, take.
Wait, now Heidi's internet is
now
acting up.
Heidi's frozen.
All right, take two. Start from the beginning.
I just heard Jeff
Bye,
take and then it froze.
Jeff can't even say what he heard because his internet went out when describing how Heidi's internet went out. Oh boy. Okay. It's probably a lightning storm, so it's probably shitty
I was
internet.
going to say the dark and stormy night might not have been the best choice.
All right, go for it, Heidi. We're all ears.
We're all ears.
Am I ready? Am I on? Am
You're
I
on.
moving?
You're on.
Am I present? Okay. Just an embarrassing story. Is that all?
Yeah.
I like how you're like, is that all this fucking podcast is? Like, do you make any
No,
money
it's
off this
I feel
bullshit?
like I'm gonna really underdeliver.
No.
No, because I was considering this earlier today, and I think that probably 75% of them are either like my memory took care of it for me and deleted it, or alcohol did. But I can say I can go all the way back to like 6th grade, or I feel like I was really pure.
Yeah.
You want to start there?
Let's start in 6th grade.
So it's 6th grade. I feel like you're going to start to see my embarrassment. It's a shame it's just a podcast. I'm going to start sweating. I'm already getting really glassy.
I was about to say, you're getting nervous.
I have my baby blankie here, and I'll just occasionally
Dab your
Why?
sweat.
Yeah, so in 6th grade, I was going to a Christian school, and I had grown up in that Christian school, and I was writing notes in class, because back in the day, that's, you just folded it up, and then you'd hand it to your friend, and then your friend would hand it, and then it got to the other person. And I was writing about this boy that I was just overly infatuated with, and it's funny, because, like, it's a small town, and, like, looking at where he is now in life, I came out all right. Just won't mention any names, but I won.
Good God.
It's not saying much, but it's saying something. I was really upset about it, and I was writing in the letter, it was like, no boys will ever like me. I will never have a boyfriend. And then the teacher, of course, came to the back of the classroom and, like, just took the note in the middle of history class, and I was like, all right, big man on campus. And he took the note, and he didn't read it out loud or anything. He just, because it was a page and a half. I mean, we were one of those ones that, you go around and around.
Yeah.
Anyway, forget about it. And then class is over and he calls us back in and he wants to counsel me on my self-esteem, which is fine. Sixth grader doesn't need that. What a pivotal time to let me know that I'm doing all right. But anyway, so fast forward to the next day and I'm at the lunch table, which I'm on the crusty side of the lunch table. I'm not cool. I have a really hard time, even getting slid over. If someone
you're in the crust.
I know they buy their lunch, but today I got Vienna sausages. So who's up for a trade?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the Bible teacher came in to the cafeteria and approached our table and was like, I got a note for you from your secret admirer. And I was like, what? And it was an entire letter about how I needed to let Jesus be my boyfriend.
Oh.
And I was so disappointed because I was at the lunch table. It was a very Lizzie McGuire moment for me. And I thought she was for real about a secret admirer because everybody's like, what does it say? Who is it from? And I was like, I don't know yet. I have to find out later.
Oh.
But it was just, kind of sad.
I actually feel that when I went to a Catholic school and when I was in 5th grade, I famously had to write an apology letter to God because I said I hated Jack Hiskey.
Whoa. What's his address? Where did you send it to? Heaven?
I know, right?
Where did the letter go?
Who the fuck is Jack Hiskey? And is he tight with God or something? Who gives a fuck?
He was the fucking worst. And I said I hated him. And then my teacher was like, you said you hated one of God's creations.
I don't give a fuck about Jack.
I thought he was a disciple that I forgot about.
No.
There was Peter, there was Paul, there was Jack Hiskey.
Nah, he was just this punk ass. And since he was H last name and I'm G last name, we had to walk next to each other down the aisle for first communion in 2nd grade.
Ugh.
How embarrassing.
Ugh.
Sick.
So did you take Jesus up on his offer, Heidi?
Yeah.
How long did you guys date?
I love the Lord.
Did he get
How many bases did you get
my
to?
letter?
Did he get my way?
So it was written by the teachers, right? Is that how the story worked?
Yeah.
She's whispering, yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Nodding.
Really a secret admirer.
She's too upset to speak.
That's sad.
It's hard to relive that.
So what came after 6th grade? What's next?
Well, then there was that time I was at a restaurant and I'd gone to the bathroom and then I was walking out to meet my mom in the foyer of the restaurant and I looked down and I had toilet paper on the bottom of my shoe.
Oh, yeah.
That
We referred to that earlier.
that is such a classic. That happens there's this Amanda Bynes movie, What a Girl Wants. And in that movie, she walks out of the bathroom and has toilet paper stuck to her shoe. And I always remember thinking that is the most embarrassing shit that could ever happen.
Unless they're shit on the toilet paper.
Yeah, right.
Or blood.
I mean,
blood.
how does it stick? There must be something.
Yeah,
I guess you got the gum and then you got the toilet paper.
Yeah.
That's why we put it in that order in the top of the
Or
show.
maybe some, I don't know. I feel like bathroom floors in general are always moist.
Yeah.
There's
So
always
true.
some sort of sediment.
Mm. Yeah. There's lots of
Detritus.
sediments.
Detritus. I love that.
So what
band.
happened after the toilet paper?
I
Your
saw
life
that.
sucks.
And I was keep coming. I'm like, damn it.
And they don't stop coming and they
I
don't
worked
stop
really
coming.
hard on that one. No, I mean, I guess there's just a plethora of them. I wish I had a good one to build up, a nice rise and fall, something that really captured the audience and took them for a ride, the way that Zoom is doing for us tonight. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Threw up out of a taxi cab one time over the Manhattan Bridge.
Uh-oh.
You what? Yeah, let's back up. What?
Many parts.
tell that story.
Well, that's it. That was the story. I was in a taxi cab and
Okay.
I threw up out of the window.
Oh, you threw up out of it.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
did you think?
I heard rolled out of it like fucking James Bond.
Oh. There's Jeff's audio issues making everyone's stories better.
Yeah.
I moved my computer.
Maybe you should just translate them all, and I would.
So let's see. You wrote an apology. No, I wrote an apology letter. You got a love letter from God. You got toilet paper stuck to your shoe. You barfed. Have you ever farted?
Jesus.
A lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I did that the other day. There's something about wearing a mask that feels like no one knows that I'm here, but I'm still present. And I did it on an aisle in Walmart, and I was like, "Oh, it had a sound, big deal." And then I realized, people were around me. So not only did it have a sound, but it's gonna smell. And I was like, "No, it doesn't, because everybody has a mask on. So who cares?"
That
Times we're living in are so perfect. We keep complaining, but what for?
It's wild out here. I do that with headphones. Whenever I have headphones in, I always fart out loud and then realize I did it.
But you like to put your headphones in your nose, which is kind of strange too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have one more. Is there time for one more that's embarrassing? Speaking of butt,
You have 15 minutes
Yes.
more of story time, so keep going.
Speaking of butt,
I'm not going to be able to do that.
yeah, this is actually our 24-hour marathon. Did I forget to mention that?
Night, having tech issues. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was in this, kind of, I don't want to say prestigious because it wasn't, but it was sort of an important professional meeting, and it was very hot. And I remember getting to the space, and I'm naturally a very, very run hot all the time. And I remember getting into the building, and it was to discuss a future art project with the museum, and it was pretty important and pretty special. And I was so excited to have this one-on-one meeting, and the guy pulls out the chair. It's a fold-down chair. It's a black, wooden lacquered fold-down chair. I'm cool. Sat down, and during the meeting, I'm noticing I could feel the sweat pooling around my thighs. I had shorts on, and I was like, this isn't good. This is where I could have slipped out of the chair if the wind blew wrong. It was a lot of sweat. And I remember thinking, whew, I can't wait for this to be over. He'll get up. I'll take care of my chair. I'll just fold that shit up, walk it right to where it needs to be. No questions asked, no chivalry needed here.
Yeah.
Just my chair up. And so then I get done with the meeting, and I get up and I turn and I look at the chair, and it's a big puddle of sweat. It's a lot of sweat. You can see a reflection in it. And I'm oh my God. And I go to get it, but then I can see his face go to get it. It's it just dropped. It was just
You guys make eye contact in the sweat puddle.
It's so warm in here. Isn't it warm in here to you? And I was yeah, it is. I gotta get. Let's go. Not that it was worth hiding. My shorts were completely plastered to my ass at that point. But
If I was that guy, I'd look at the puddle and be like, "Yeah, I still got it." Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Still got it.
There
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of someone sweating to the point where there was a puddle.
because people shouldn't talk about it. Speaking of.
Yeah, everyone take a break, wipe your sweat off.
Yeah.
Honestly, I turned my AC off so I could have this great audio quality.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I also, at the beginning of the show, I did say, sound check. We need a sound check, producer Matt Cole. And what did he do? He fucked up my internet.
I said sound check, not internet check. So I'm in the
Well,
right
Yeah.
here.
You're the adult in the room, okay?
Call Cox. Call Cox Cable.
Yeah, call Cox, you little cuck.
I gave up one of my worst stories, so I feel like I've I feel vulnerable. I feel exposed.
Oh,
Cool.
no.
We got you right where we want you.
Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, man.
We'll have to journal about this later.
Let's just say that we make most of our money off blackmail more than we do Patreon. So
Yeah.
Even
All right. Well, that reminds me of an ad that we have to do.
does your internet quality suck?
Wait. Yes.
Is it make it choppy and make you hard? It's hard to produce the podcast, right?
Yeah.
It makes it hard, right? It makes life hard.
I'm having
It makes me want to just end it all. I just can't do this anymore. Like, I pay $65 a month to have this bullshit? What the fuck?
I feel like this is a personal time for you.
I'm going to kill myself. But wait, there's therapy. That's right. Here at How Embarrassing, we like to promote therapy once in a while. There's probably, you can probably Google therapist.
Yeah,
And
no, definitely Google therapist. If you listen to this podcast, you definitely need some therapy.
How embarrassing.
I like that one.
So
Yeah.
during that ad, a lot was going on because I could see Jeff's mouth moving and I couldn't hear him at all. But
Matt will fix it in post.
Yeah.
I could tell he was frantically saying words. And then Heidi just whipped out the biggest sweat stain I've ever seen.
That's minimal. That's not bad.
Wow.
I was just along for the ride.
I don't know if I just have a lot of testosterone.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's underneath her
Probably.
armpit, by
I
the
never
way,
sweat.
for those who
That's
can't see
okay.
it.
Yeah, she's got a lot of pit sweat.
I need to worry about early balding.
They call her pit sweat peeling.
That's cute. Let's not get that.
Oh. Spread it around. Hashtag.
It's a little quippy.
All right. Well, it's time to play our segments and games.
Games and segments?
Segments and games. Fuck, marry, kill, raise.
Fuck, marry, kill, raise. Fuck, marry, kill, raise.
That's right, little worms. Wiggle, wiggle. It is time to play everyone's favorite game that me and Jeff just made up and it's never been played before. It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill, Raise. All right, Heidi, are you ready to play? I'll explain to you the rules.
Please do.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit you with 4 options. And then you got to pick one to fuck, one to marry. You cannot fuck the one you marry. One to kill. You cannot fuck the one you kill before, during, or after the murder.
Not kosher.
And then one to raise as your own child. And you cannot fuck the one you raise. The Woody Allen rule is in full effect. So, do you have any questions?
Woody Allen, my choice.
No.
No. Just the rule.
Your options. Fuck, marry, kill, raise. Me
Me.
and yourself.
Go.
Everybody has a spot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What spot do they have?
Right. You tell
I
us.
mean, hands down. I pick me for that. I would marry Molly. You seem really responsible and you wear matching pajamas, and that's something that I value.
Oh, good.
God, you're the only one who's called me responsible ever.
I've never heard that.
You work with children, Molly.
And I'm drinking
Okay.
a LaCroix.
You're drinking LaCroix, Molly. And then what was the other one? Kill. I would kill Matt.
Yes.
Who wouldn't?
And I would raise you, Jeff, because I don't know you at all.
Oh, we can get to know each other
We get to
throughout
know
my
each
whole
other.
life.
I could give you so many reasons to go to therapy. It would be great.
That'd be so fun for you guys.
Sounds so fun. What a nice little life.
Can you imagine, Jeff? What a treat!
Your mom fucking herself all the time.
Yeah,
Weird.
and you'd get the treat of being raised by me and Heidi.
Yes.
Aw.
Would you rename me? I get a new name?
Good question.
Yeah, I would call you Molly.
Wait, what? Molly Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Name you Ether.
Ether?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I like it.
All
There's
right.
a song by Gain of Four called Ether that I like a lot.
You want to be
Yeah.
that's your choice.
Yeah, when I was little, I used to have to look for an ether basket once a year.
Oh, God damn it.
That was bad.
I wish your audio was fucked up so we didn't have to hear that.
Can't stop me.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, God. And that was Fuck, Marry, Kill, Raise.
That was it. Fuck.
Marry,
Cool.
Kill, Raise.
America, right?
Fuck,
Marry,
Marry,
Kill,
Kill, Raise.
All
Good
right.
song.
So,
Fucking bop.
So, Heidi, tell me a little bit about what kind of projects you're working on these days. Because something that I always admire about you is that you're always up to something. You always got a little bee in your bonnet, a little art project all around the town. Is it condescending when I say it's an art project?
Good thing to ask right when you're asking it.
Heidi is a very talented local artist here in Norfolk, Virginia. Friend of the pod. What you got going on in quarantine? Has it been helpful?
Have you loved it?
Have you been loving it?
Yeah, no, I hate it. I don't like any of this.
Oh.
No. Yeah, it's been great. I've been working on getting a lot of classes online for I teach art. So that's part-time as an art teacher and a part-time job as an artist.
Nice.
That's kind of a joke. I watched a lot of.
Wait, what was the punchline?
It's not a joke, though. I have watched almost all of the seasons of The Real Housewives of New York.
Holy shit.
That's
How many?
a good franchise.
I think it's research. I'm calling it that because I think it's important to know.
I'm a big fan of Bravo TV myself.
Yeah.
Below Deck is what I'm into right now. But
Is that why you bought your little uniform?
Yeah, that's why I have my Yacht Rock jammies.
Is Below Deck about like submariners, like finding love in a submarine?
It's the help.
Like
it's about
Boot?
people who work on super yachts. So like the deckhands and the stewardesses.
They always have accents and they're really tan.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So not
and
like
they're
Das Boot.
always sucking and fucking.
Ooh. Do they show it on TV? I haven't seen this.
Not really, but you
There's not a lot of room for the camera, I don't think.
Yeah, it's cozy quarters for sure.
I like to hear the sounds. I'm a sound guy, so I'd like to hear the sucking and bucking.
Sometimes they do that. I think they edit that sound in and then they just subtitle it moans, groans, slurping.
Yeah.
Moans, groans, slurping.
Kind of just sounds like they just dropped that in.
I think I would be really good at editing reality TV.
Let's do it sometime. You want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a reality show. What if we did Survivor?
Let's do a reality show right now.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, this is a fun game. The real world. How embarrassing. Yeah, this is fun. Okay, so everyone pretend that we're on a reality show.
Okay.
And give me your opening credits tagline. Like what you would say.
Oh, like the house.
Like the girl who like spins around and goes, I'm not here to make friends, except for when I'm drinking.
I love it. Who goes first?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Go for it.
Okay, Jeff.
Let me play a little music.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm here for two things. Moans, groans, and slurps, and apple pie. And I've already had my fill of apple pie today.
Hey, I'm super producer Matt Cole, and I'm the one who's herding all these cats. I'm the only responsible one around here. That's right. I'm trying to get everyone in line, but that line leads straight to my dick.
I'm Molly. I'm a party girl with a dark secret.
Is that it?
What? Come on.
I'm Heidi, and my armpits aren't all that sweaty.
Oh. How embarrassing. Real world.
Oh my God, I love that segment.
It's just a catchphrase. Everyone says a catchphrase.
Oh my gosh, that rules. All right, well, Heidi, I gotta ask you something.
Okay.
Did we ruin your life today?
No.
Sweet.
Damn it.
That's all I have to say about that.
We lose
I
again.
think our standards for quality living, mine have certainly shifted. I want to say they've depleted, but they are different than they used to be.
Things have changed for you.
Yeah. This was certainly a highlight.
Was it my audio that really,
kept
yeah,
things
really brought it in?
Yeah, I think it was Jeff's audio and everyone else's like frantic attitude that really brought this podcast to where it is today.
I feel mellow, though. I'm not frantic at all.
Did you just slip into an accent?
Yeah.
It's because he's herding cats all the time.
I just
now.
heard him go, I'm not frantic at all.
I thought we were still on the reality show. I thought we were still like riffing here.
Oh, that's okay. We didn't finish it. We'll bring the game back at some point, and we'll play the complete game that we have no idea how to play.
What game?
How embarrassing true life.
Real life.
Real
Yeah,
world.
we just
Yeah.
did it. It's our taglines.
Oh.
Maybe when, I think they just entertaining the idea of a long term,
Mm-hmm.
what
Right,
it
the whole show.
really fits into
Okay.
that character.
All right. Well, stay tuned for the 1 year anniversary where we will do a real life episode of how
Oh.
embarrassing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Heidi, tell us about your show coming up.
Yeah, I was about to say, anything you want to plug coming
Yeah,
up?
totally not in the same vein as my armpit jargon. That I've been using. But it's interesting. It'll be neat. It's just like some avant-garde weird stuff. So I'll just have like video projections. And then I created all of the music and sound collage. And then I'll be doing some strange actions on stage. So it's just like one long weird performance that just sort of morphs into itself and then it ends.
Whoa.
Thankfully.
So what drugs should people be on for this?
Right. I'd take Benadryl.
Nice.
Okay. A Benadryl, just in case you get a little itchy. Yeah. Because it's out.
It gives you that good buzz. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my little pinks.
I'm not having a reaction. I just wanted to rest.
I'm just exhausted.
Every morning I wake up, I meet my guy at the corner, and I get my little pinks.
Ew.
Thanks. Is that what you called them?
Yeah, little
Yeah,
pinks.
my little pinks.
I slipped a Benny.
God. I'm pinking out.
Thank
Mom,
you.
not to save anymore. She's always on the Benny.
So the show is at the Plot across from Push, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what day is it on?
Well, it's gonna be August 7th,
Okay.
Friday at 8 p.m. And it is later than what's typical because of the projections and stuff. I played a little bit of a diva card there. It won't work if it's too much light.
Also, it feels so much better once the sun goes down. It's been
Yeah.
so fucking hot
It's
in this
hot as
area.
hell. Yeah. And you're a sweaty girl.
So
Right.
given my disposition.
Yeah.
That.
You can't be out there under those conditions.
Hello.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being our little guest today. All the little worms out there, wiggle on.
Wiggle on my favorite song.
Thanks for listening to How Embarrassing Podcast with Molly and Jeff, a Go On podcast production. If you would like to be a guest on How Embarrassing and you have an embarrassing story, send us an email at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com.